So I'm just packing up from this cabinet job that I was doing today, and I had my saw set up for crown molding. So I figured I'd do a video on showing how I do crown molding. First, I guess we'll start with my setup here. So I have these wings that I built that just use the existing stands, and then I have where are you? I mounted some door hinges onto the side of my saw so that the table is flush there. And then I also have T-slots on either side for my crown stop. So I'll show you how I use this. Okay, so this is the crown that we were using today. This is the top, this is the bottom. Whenever you do crown, like your crown sits on the wall. Where's the angle? Like this. So this is the bottom, this is the top. Sorry, phone call. So then you have your inside and outside miters. So the secret, not really a secret, the common knowledge when cutting crown is upside down and backwards. So let's, how I set this up. So these are adjustable. So I set it up so that my crown is sitting flat against my back fence here. That's why I have this fence extension. Okay, I'll take that in to show that. So I have it set up so that it's sitting flat on the table here and then flat against the fence. Oops. Okay. So whenever you're doing, let's say I want to do an outside miter, and remembering that this is the bottom, this is the top. So for an outside miter or an outside corner, you want your long part to be there and your short part to be there, let's say. So what you do is you flip it over and then you do the opposite. So flip it over and then you set your saw at your 45. I almost did that because your short is at your bottom. So then you have your outside. So it's going to sit, you'll be able to see that. So it'll sit on the wall like that. Yeah, it's hard to tell. There, I'll just use a different piece of crown. So it'll sit like that. Then get your outside. And then the same thing goes for inside. So if I wanted to do an inside on here, where the bottom is the long and the top is the short, upside down, spin your saw around, and then you have your inside. So that's how I cut crown, and the beauty of the stop is that it's repeatable. So I'll do everything else and then I'll save my crown cutting for the last. That way I can set this up once. I can do all my pieces. Nothing is going to be different because it's all sitting exactly where it's supposed to be sitting. There's no issues with fit up or anything like that if you're trying to like just hold the piece and play with the angle. And then these, I made a bunch of these because obviously you see you cut them up. I made a bunch of them. When this gets too worn out, toss it, throw another one on. This is really, the wings are really great for doing long trim as well. It's about 12 feet. So when you get 16-foot stock, you're basically supported for the whole thing. Anyways, thanks.